In a world of uncertainty, where it seems we are going through the motions of life with no direction, and our new norm and way of doing things have somewhat crippled the intimacy of our connections, while the government continues to transition. With time moving on, so are we at the For Better Futures Foundation, working with families in our community to redefine our norm, to engage our community through volunteerism, educational advancement, and family assistance. So, don't let time pass you by, but join the For Brighter Futures Foundation movement at www.forbrighterfutures.com. Although we are virtual, we do hope that you will join us on Saturday, July 17th, 2022, for our 4th annual Bright Voices Honors in person. Stay tuned for details and where we will be next year. Before the show begins, I want to take a quick moment to thank our sponsors, our host committee members, and all of you who have given to make sure that this night is made possible. A special thanks to the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, Hugh Spalding, for being our presenting sponsor this year. Thank you to Gene Kansas and Constellations for sponsoring our reception this year, to Cupcakery for being our dessert sponsor for our reception, and again to all of those who gave. Now you will see a number of individuals who are also part of that experience, business partners and host committee members, scrolling now. Now it's time for what you've been waiting for. The 3rd annual Bright Voices Honors starts now.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separation gonna fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone, and I just might fail, but Lord knows I'll try. Just as fill up the sky. Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you.
Welcome to the third annual Bright Voices Honors, aspiring to inspire. Tonight's guests include
Dr. Rosalind Clark Artis, Dr. Wes Bellamy, Derek Bozeman, Alfred Chevy Brooks, Christopher Bruce, State Representative Park Cannon, Daniel D. Driffin, Jason Estevez, Arrington Foster, Jerry Gonzalez, James Earl Hardy, Rashawn Holloman Kemp and Jaden Holloman, Dr. Davion Lewis, Dr. Dan Sims, Jordan Sims, Feroza Syed, Representative Abel Mabel Thomas, the 2021 scholarship recipients. Performances by Cleveland P. Jones and Maurice Griffin. Special recognition by DeAndre S. Pickett and Congresswoman Nikema Williams. And your host for the 2021 Bright Voices Honors, philanthropist, author, and entrepreneur, Kelsey M. Maynard.
Good evening and welcome to the third annual Bright Voices Honors. I'm your host, Kelsey Maynard, and I'm truly excited to be here with you tonight as we celebrate and recognize the accomplishments of 13 amazing individuals in the fields of education, public service, community engagement, and literature, just to name a few. In 2020, we experienced an insurmountable number of trials and triumphs, ranging from a pandemic that claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, while watching a new generation of social and community activists find their voices. But tonight, though, we celebrate. Before we present our first award of the evening, let's give a hand to the amazing students in the Bahamas from Georgia School of Dance and Theater who opened tonight's ceremony. Now, on to the first award of the night. To present the honor for the Voice in Education Award, please welcome the 2019 recipient of this very award, the Foundation's first ever honoree and executive director for the RISE Schools, Dr. Davion Lewis.
Good evening. Humanitarian and freedom fighter Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the great engine of personal development." He went on to say that it is not beyond our power to create a world in which all children have access to a good education. Those who do not believe this have small imaginations. Like Mr. Mandela, our first honoree has used this platform to promote the freedom and access to academic excellence and ensure its attainability. Hailing from Columbus, Ohio, Mr. Rashawn Holloman Kemp has always found himself on the forefront of education through advocacy. Whether it was during his time as a parent liaison in the Columbus public school system or his policy and advocacy work with the Georgia Charter Schools Association, Rashawn has always believed in school choice and students first. As a father of a high school senior and a newborn baby girl, education sits differently for him. In his new role as the executive director of the Freedom Coalition of Charter Schools, Rashawn advocates for Black and Brown charter school leaders, their advocates, their parents, and most importantly, their students. In his own words, Rashawn has said, Black and Brown charter school leaders have realized that they in fact have the expertise, the acumen, and the skills necessary to found and open charter schools that will serve kids who look like them. Tonight, we celebrate and honor the work of a true trailblazer, a freedom fighter, an advocate, and most importantly, someone who I am proud to call a colleague and a dear friend. Ladies and gentlemen, receiving the award for excellence in education, the 2021 Voices for Brighter Futures in Education honoree, none other than Mr. Rashawn Holloman Kemp.
Good evening. My name is Rashawn Holloman, and I currently serve as the Executive Director of the Freedom Coalition for Charter Schools. Much like the Bright Futures Foundation, we're an advocacy organization that is set out to ensure that all Black and Brown children have access to a high-quality public education. I would like to thank Dr. Pickett and Bright Futures for recognizing me for this Bright Voices 2021 award. I am very honored and privileged to be recognized alongside some folks that I truly look up to and respect for the work that they do in the city of Atlanta and across the country. I'm even more honored and privileged to be recognized alongside my own son. Hopefully this is a sign of great things to come for him and for our family. I want to recognize the greatest inspiration in my life. It is my great-grandmother, Mary Elizabeth Holloman. She raised me alongside my brother and sister, as well as the generation before me and even her own children. And my great-grandmother didn't come from a lot of means or have a privileged education from a really high respected institution. But what she did have was passion and love for her family. She was dedicated and ensured that we all had what we needed, and she instilled in us that education was our ticket to great opportunity in this country. And so had it not been for her, I have no doubt I would not be where I am today. And so I want to recognize her and thank her. We were honored and privileged to have her for 99 blessed years. And so I am certain that she looks down upon us with encouragement and happiness with what we are doing today. And so I want to once again thank the Bright Futures Foundation for this recognition and recognize that I am just one person trying to make a difference in this world, but I am very honored and privileged to be recognized alongside some very remarkable folks. Have a good evening.
Here to present the next award, please welcome the President of the Board of Education for the Atlanta Public Schools, Mr. Jason Estevez.
Hello, my name is Jason Estevez, and I'm here this evening to honor someone who has engaged our community for well over 2 decades. Many people try to overcomplicate what it means to engage the community, but in its simplest form, it just means simply making sure that the community is aware and that they have a voice at the table. Georgia is home to nearly 1 million Latinos, accounting for 9% of the state's population, and Georgia is among the top 10 states with largest Hispanic populations. And tonight's honoree is someone who has engaged specifically the Latino community in Georgia. This community continues to weave our rich culture into the quilt of diversity within Georgia in areas such as education, entrepreneurship, healthcare, and politics. As a Latino elected official myself, I'm proud to stand on the shoulders of leaders who have blazed the path for myself and others. And our next honoree is one of those leaders. As the founder and CEO of Galeo, the Georgia Association of Latino Elected Officials, whose mission it is to increase civic engagement and leadership development of the Latino community across Georgia, Jerry Gonzalez continues to provide that type of leadership. Because of Jerry and his advocacy efforts, the Georgia electorate has grown to well over 250,000 Latino voters. He has fought for Spanish language inclusion in our electoral process. He's advocated for education, civic engagement, and fair immigration policies. And he has continuously demanded the respect and integrity for the contributions made by the Latino community. It is my honor this evening to award the 2021 Voice for Brighter Futures and Community Engagement to a fearless leader, Jerry Gonzalez. Congratulations, Jerry.
Saludos a todos. Good evening to all. I'm honored and delighted to be selected as a recipient of the Voices for Brighter Futures and Community Engagement Award. As a proud member of the Latinx community, I can confidently say that when organizations like For Brighter Futures Foundation uplift marginalized communities with recognitions, we all win. We at Galeo pride ourselves in fighting for immigration reform, voting rights, civic engagement, and many other vital issues that directly impact the lives of Latinos and all of our communities in the state of Georgia. Our team works intensely to make sure that our programs like the Galeo Institute for Leadership and the Latino Leaders Summit equip future Latinx leaders to make our country better for every one of us. But one of our most pressing issues in recent months has been the low vaccination rates of Blacks and Latinos in the United States. As we fight to make Georgia a safer and healthier state, I ask everyone to continue to work on educating our communities about the vaccine, stopping the spread of misinformation, and advocating for the vaccine. Protecting our community is up to all of us. Thank you for this recognition, and let's continue to uplift the voices of the voiceless. Gracias. Thank you.
My name is Miles Jackson, and I'm a 2021 graduate of Riverwood International Charter School, and I'm this year's recipient of the Dr. Dan A. Sims Academic Scholarship. This honor tonight is a culmination of the hard work and dedication of the For Brighter Futures Foundation. This evening and many of the programs offered by the foundation would not be possible without your contributions and support. Your gift tonight will continue to provide assistance to students like myself and so many others. Matriculate at the higher education institutions across the nation. The link where you can give is in the comment section right now, or you can scan the QR code that appears. And I encourage you to pull out your phones right now, or maybe a different device if you're watching on your phone, and make a donation today. Thank you.
Again, on the track.
Thank you, Miles, for that appeal, and keep up the great work. Now, when you think about selfless leadership, what are some of the names that come to mind? One that resonates with me is the late Congressman John Lewis, a man not afraid to get in contact with some good trouble. With his presence no longer with us, his legacy has not died. It continues in the heart of a Congresswoman named Nakima. Please help me welcome the Congresswoman from the 5th District here in Georgia, the Honorable Nakima Williams.
I'm Congresswoman Nakima Williams, and I have the honor of a lifetime serving as the voice of Georgia's 5th Congressional District. I bring you greetings on behalf of the United States Congress and the Fighting 5th District. Congratulations to the Bright Voices honorees. You all are an inspiration to me. To the students receiving scholarships, thank you for your hard work in what I know was a very difficult year. I'm proud to congratulate this year's class, which includes the first trans and Latinx honorees. The 5th District is a diverse, progressive, and welcoming district, and I congratulate DeAndre, my friend, for his vision, the For Brighter Futures and the For Brighter Futures Board for continuing to recognize LGBTQ plus community members, ensuring that traditionally marginalized communities have the recognition they deserve. I want everyone attending and being honored to know that I congratulate you for all that you do to inspire your friends, your families, and communities. We all have the power to change the world. It all starts with inspiring just one person. I see each of you doing just that. Keep doing exactly what you're doing and don't let anyone deter you, because as Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it's done. Enjoy the rest of your award ceremony, and I wish you the best of luck in all of your future work.
Ready when you are. Let's go. Grace, poise, elegance, determined, courageous, champion. All words that describe our next honorees. Dr. Rosalind Clark Artis serves as the 14th president of Benedict College, being the first woman to serve in this role. In her time at BC, Dr. Artis has transformed Benedict's campus to better prioritize student success, scholarly achievement, and innovation. Dr. Artis improved the academic profile of Benedict by increasing the college's admission standards and shifted the academic focus towards high-demand fields. Now, our other awardee, Christopher Bruce, is a fearless champion towards the fight for social justice and equity. Serving as the political director for the ACLU of Georgia, Chris has become a revered and trusted face among his peers and under the Georgia Gold Dome. He continues to stand on the right side of justice and on the front lines for those within marginalized communities. In 2020, Chris became a strong voice during the Black Lives Matter movement and continued the fight against voter suppression by challenging those to speak for the people and not for the party. These two together show us what's possible when you place your trust in the goodness of people and not in politics. Please help me congratulate Dr. Rosalind Clark Artis and attorney Christopher Bruce, the 2021 Voices for Brighter Futures in Public Service.
It's great to be here with you, especially at this time of receiving this award. I'm always reminded of what awards really mean. You give out awards to talk about accomplishments, and I'm taken aback as I make this recording to let people know that as much as I appreciate this beautiful award that will go back behind me, it's the work that went into it. It's the long days fighting against voter suppression within this state and the other states that have passed these laws, making it harder for Black people to vote. It's for the people who are still incarcerated that shouldn't be. It's for the women who are constantly attacked, the LGBTQ community that is constantly attacked. It's for the type of things that we're overcoming, but it's also a reminder that there's so much more work to be done. So I don't need another award to get the work done. I'm very appreciative of it. Again, beautiful award. What I want as a award is for more people to join into this fight. The other distinguished awardees who have been doing this type of work as well, who made the real impact on their communities. That's what warms my heart. So I appreciate this. I appreciate all the brothers who are out there doing this type of work, the sisters who are holding it down, and everyone else who is joining us this evening to celebrate success, but also to know it's not done. And I look forward to being in the trenches with you again one day as we all, again, come back together. So, have a good night and God bless.
In 2020, we witnessed a new generation of freedom fighters emerge, which for many propelled them into national spotlight. This year, the foundation decided to recognize 3 remarkable young men who used their voices as megaphones for social justice, to elevate their voices above the sounds of hatred, ignorance, and grief. For the first time in this organization's history, a father and son duo are being recognized in the same evening. to present the first Voices of the Future Award to his son, is an honoree recognized earlier tonight for his work in education, Mr. Rashawn Holloman Kemp.
Hello, everyone. It is my absolute privilege and honor to be able to present this next award, the 2021 Voice of the Future Award, to none other than my mini-me, my hero, the guy that changed my world on January 28th, 2004, Jaden Holloman. Jaden, you have made me, your mom, your bonus dad, your grandparents, and your whole family so proud. You're the first child of mine, first grandson, and I have no doubt you're going to be the first of many. You have not only shown yourself to be a voice for your generation, but a voice for Americans, period. Your progressive ideas, being a dad and learning that maybe my child is more progressive than me has been a shock, but also a blessing, knowing that the United States is going to be in the hands of leaders that are going to absolutely change this world and make this world a better place. I have been in awe watching you on Facebook Live with your Atlanta Student Coalition, speaking out on police brutality and racial injustice and any other issue that is impacting us today. I have watched you from watching CNN and MSNBC on the couch to go from just sitting and watching with your dad to asking questions and then formulating your own opinions and thoughts and then taking those and trying to turn those into action. It is inspiring. It is moving. It is life-changing for me. I look up to you as your dad. You inspire me just as you inspire so many people across this country. I have been so honored to watch you have conversations with elected officials from Atlanta and Virginia and folks from California, folks from here in Georgia. You are going to change this world. You are just getting started. I am so excited to sit back and cheer you on as your #1 supporter. So look out, world. Jaden Holloman is coming, and I am so proud of you, son. Keep up the great work.
Hi, my name is Jaden Holloman. I'd like to sincerely thank the For Bright Futures Foundation for honoring me with the Voice of the Futures Award. I'm very humbled to receive this award as I feel Black students are often underappreciated and overlooked to our white counterparts. It's definitely humbling and amazing to see an organization working so hard to showcase Black talent and solely Black talent. It's very humbling. I'd also like to thank my friends, my family, any school administrators, any counselors, anyone who's ever worked with me personally for uplifting me to use my voice to my greatest potential. It's definitely paid off. It's very humbling to receive this award, and I thank the foundation. And I also want to congratulate anyone else receiving an award in this program, as we're often overlooked as being Black. We're often overlooked in the oppressive systems, and it's great that we're coming together to show our talent to the world. And I definitely am humbled to receive this award, and I thank the foundation once again. Thank you to my friends, thank you to my family, thank you to everyone. I'm humbled to receive this award. Thank you.
Who inspires me? Well, I have a few people. One of the people that inspires me, I would have to say, is my mom. Raising kids as well as having multiple jobs and seeing her always give 110% in every facet of her life inspires me to make sure that I put that kind of energy in my career and what I want to do. Another person that inspires me, I would have to say, is Denzel Washington. As an actor myself, seeing a Black man not only start from a lot of Black movies and TV shows, but also being able to break through and break barriers and be an Academy Award-winning actor. It just inspires me as a young Black kid to know that it doesn't matter your skin color or your race or orientation, it doesn't matter. If you have a dream, you can make it happen.
Are we having a good time tonight? Listen, I want to take this time to thank our presenting sponsors for this year's honor, the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Because of you, Tonight is possible. Now, to introduce our first performer of the evening. He's celebrating 10 years in the game as a recording artist, and tonight he's joining us to provide his smooth R&B vocals. Ladies and gentlemen, Cleveland P. Jones.
No one could love you more. Whatever your mind may say, I'm sure. So hold your breath, don't protest. Baby, right now, I know best. I say this love I'll give to you. It's gonna be all yours forever. No one could kiss like this, just like this. Forever. This moment we'll simply call pure bliss. We're two hearts we just can't divide, not with space, not with time. Only one word can define what I really
Good evening. My name is Christian McIntosh, and I am a 2021 graduate of Whitewater High School and a recipient of the 4BFF Generation 1 Scholarship. Earlier tonight, you heard my friend Miles talk about all the reasons why you should support this wonderful foundation and the work that's being done. But did you know that this foundation also adopts schools, provides Thanksgiving baskets, Christmas gifts, and school supplies for families in need? Did you know that this foundation also assists in rent and utilities for families, work with single moms, men who are recently released from incarceration, works with school districts to provide leadership and social entrepreneurship training, and offer resources and references for mental health, among others. This is why your gift tonight is so important, to help 4BFF continue their work in the community. We need them like they need you. Consider giving today. The link should currently be placed in the comments, and the QR code should be on the screen now for you to scan. Help us continue to build brighter futures today.
Here's the pitch by Downing, swinging. There's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be out of here. It's gone. It's 7:15. There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron.
It's up to us to create the world we really want. We have to say it, we have to sing it, we have to do it, because that's the only way we can really find out what the world will be like.
Unnecessary to march in the streets of Birmingham. Those who have said be patient and wait, we must say that we cannot be patient. We do not get meaningful legislation out of this Congress. We will march through the South, through the streets of Jackson, through the streets of Danville, through the streets of Cambridge, through the streets of Birmingham.
We continue to speak the names of those we lost over the past year and remember their legacy. As we continue on this spirit of celebration, let me introduce our next presenter. If you ever want to know what knocking down doors of oppression looked like, this person showed us what a few taps can do to open the conversation of what suppressing the rights of citizens truly looks like. To present the Bayard Rustin Voice of Courage Award is last year's recipient, State Representative Park Cannon.
Good evening, and thank you, Kelsey. Audre Lorde reminded us that your silence will not protect you. Bayard Rustin encouraged that we need in every community a group of angelic troublemakers. Every chance the late Congressman John Lewis got, he reminded us to make it good trouble. And earlier this year, we witnessed a complete disregard for values, which triggered an ugly ripple in our democracy. A movement to suppress the voting rights of Georgians and many other Americans tried to blanket erase an unpopular yet very real truth about where we've come. It is our responsibility to internalize the words of Lord, Rustin, and Lewis to become the protectors of the moral compass of this nation. Tonight's two honorees for this award have found their space to make an indelible stamp on advocacy as we know it. One is a fierce advocate for trans women, and the other is a champion in the fight for men of color living with HIV. Feroza Saeed and Daniel Driffin continue to break down the walls of mediocrity to provide a space for inclusion and representation, using their platforms to make healthcare, housing, education, and access to the electoral process a fundamental right and not just a talking point. Tonight, we celebrate both trailblazers for their dedication and commitment to service, for their due diligence and willingness to fight against the odds. We honor Feroza Syed and Daniel Driffin, the 2021 Bayard Rustin Voice of Courage Award recipients.
Local trans activist and advocate in the Atlanta area. I would like to thank the Brighter Futures Foundation and Dr. Pickett for the incredible honor of the Bright Voices Award for 2021. I'm so proud to be amongst the other distinguished honorees of this award. I would also like to thank Children's Healthcare of Atlanta for sponsoring the event. My advocacy spans multiple different spaces. I'm very intersectional. I currently sit on 3 boards, Trans Housing Coalition, which does amazing work housing trans people of color, more specifically trans Black women in the Atlanta area, and making sure that the unhoused have access to safe homes, access to getting their documents changed, and general support services. I also sit on the LGBTQ advisory board to Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, where we set LGBTQ issues, or tone for LGBTQ issues in the Atlanta area for the mayor. I'm also currently sitting on the board for the LGBTQ Real Estate Alliance Plus. I'm a multi-million-dollar producing broker with Atlanta Fine Homes Sotheby's, and I'm super excited that I get to use my advocacy in spaces where it intersects with my career. So those are some of the organizations I'm currently working with, but I'm also very, very interested and active in political advocacy, social and racial justice issues. Again, I would like to thank Dr. Pickett and Brighter Futures for this incredible honor, and I'm so grateful to have received this award. Thank you.
Hello. To the Brighter Futures Foundation, I want to say thank you for bestowing this honor. It gives me great pleasure to receive the Bayard Rustin Voice of Courage Award. When I think about the courageous work that many public health activists work on day to day, oftentimes silence comes to mind. But to receive this award, especially being in the name of Bayard Rustin, it really gives me pleasure, and it just makes me want to do work ever more. I look forward to seeing you all in 2022 to fellowship in person. And again, congratulations to the fellow honorees. Have a good evening.
Former Vice Mayor of the City of Charlottesville, activist, professor, and author, here to present the second Voice of Future Award, Dr. Wes Bellamy.
Yo, what's up everybody? My name is Dr. Wes Bellamy, and tonight I want to present an award and talk about a good friend of mine. You may have seen him around the city with this crazy hat on an electric scooter, bouncing around from neighborhood to neighborhood. Or you may have caught him on his web series, bringing activists, teachers, and community members alike to come together and talk about solutions for well-known problems. You might have caught him on your local TV screen as he's fighting for not only civil rights, voting rights, advocating for the unjust arrest of elected officials, putting his life and his body on the line to ensure that our people get to where we need to be. Or maybe you haven't heard of him at all. If you haven't, I'm going to tell you this. You might have been under a rock. This brother who I'm talking about, Alfred Shivy Brooks, is a local legend. And for that reason, I am proud to stand with my brothers and sisters to award him and tip my hat with the 2021 Voice of the Future Award. This brother deserves it. Thank you, man, for putting your life on the line. Thank you for your sacrifice. And thank you for being willing to step up and answer the call while running for local elected office. Much luck, much love, much respect. Keep pushing, brother.
Hi, my name is Alfred Shivy Brooks, and I just want to say thank you so much for this honor, the Bright Voices honor for 2021. I received the Voice of the Future Award, and it says drum major for social justice. And what we do in the streets, marching, vocalizing different initiatives and things that need to be spoken up for, done from the heart. It is not something that we do to receive awards or for acknowledgement or about us as individuals, but to be acknowledged and to be told that what we do matters and that people see us. It's a thing that keeps us going forward. So thank you so much for this honor. I will cherish this, and you have my word that the responsibility to continue doing the work is even greater. Let's keep making history.
I'm about to say, what am I reading? Okay. This next performer is watching his song continue to hit airwaves across the nation, climbing up the Billboard charts and truly inspiring a generation with 3 simple words: love, peace, and happiness. Please welcome Maurice Griffin.
Hey, what's up? It's Maurice Griffin, Mr. Love, Peace, Happiness, and I'm here with my new single, Love, Peace, Happiness, and I hope that you enjoy it. Today on this platform, love you so much for checking in and tuning in and hanging out with us. Here it is, Love, Peace, Happiness. Let's go.
Much love round here to show. You and I, we clearly know. Some days are high, some days are low. Everlasting love we can make. Come and share this great moment in my life. You know we can do that twice. Ultimately, I've
Good evening, y'all. It's none other than Dion McKinley. I'm a recent graduate of Cathedral High School, and I'm honored to be the recipient of a 4BFF Social Justice Scholarship. Tonight, you have seen the foundation recognize quite a few people because of their contributions to the communities that they serve in, and they all share one common thread, and that is their service. Eldridge Clever used to say, you either have to become part of the solution or you're going to become part of the problem. You have the opportunity tonight towards helping become that solution that we previously talked about. Your contribution today can make the difference in the life of a family that has seen more problems than heard solutions. Help us by going to the link that's being dropped in the comment section or the QR code being placed on the screen. Be part of the change that we strive to see. Thank you. God bless you all, and one love.
Who inspires me? I would definitely have to say my mom. She taught me that a woman could be superwoman. She was extremely successful at her career. She was always giving back to community and always found ways of giving, whether it was her time or donations to people. In India, there's a concept or a principle called seva, which is being selfless and giving back to community or practicing selfless service. And I think that my mom really instilled in me at a young age that it was important not only to do for yourself, but to do for others. And that's why I think she would be the most inspiring person to me.
A legend is a person who inspires. Their legacy is the body of work that we are privileged to witness. Our next presenter is making his own headway on the TV screen, starring in the hit BET series, The Family Business. Please welcome Arrington Foster.
Too many people believed we were rivals. That had more to do with their buying into the very racist and homophobic notion that there wasn't room in the literary universe for more than one Negro homo at a time. I was tagged the younger upstart trying to usurp his mentor. He recognized how important it was for us to have as many voices documenting and celebrating our lives, which is why he welcomed me into the literary fold with open arms in 1994, providing me with a jacket blurb for B-Boy Blues and recommending it with his fans, asked if there were other authors they should check out. He possessed a generosity of spirit that was unmatched. These were the words spoken by our next honoree about the late E. Lynn Harris, another American literary treasure. This notion of division and competition was not a narrative these two shared. Instead, they embraced one another and recognized how they both played a part in the evolution of Black queer literature. That's what legends do. James Earl Hardy is a trailblazer in storytelling, receiving recognition for his acclaimed depiction of the first gay hip-hop love story in B-Boy Blues, which last year celebrated 25 years, or his one-man show about adult film actor Tiger Tyson, Confessions of a Homo Thug Porn Star. Hardy tapped into a world that most saw but never truly looked upon. Hardy used the power of the pen to tell a story hard to articulate. Hardy said, if you want to see something on a bookshelf that reminds you of yourself and the brothers you know, then you're going to have to write it. His storylines could arguably be identified as the catalyst for moments like Noah's Ark, Moonlight, or the ability for me to play my character on TV. Hardy continues to set the pathway for so many up-and-coming literary and screenwriting giants to follow, securing his place among the greatest to do it. Baldwin, Hemphill, Harris, and now Hardy. It is my honor to award the 2021 Bright Voices Honors Legacy Award to James Earl Hardy.
Good evening. Thanks so much to Bright Voices for this acknowledgement and affirmation. A special hat tip to James Baldwin, who helped me find my voice, and Elin Harris, who embraced and lifted me as his brother in the Word. To all the Pookie and Little Bit fans, thank you for adopting us into your extended family. And a special hat tip and bow to my fellow honorees. Keep aspiring and inspiring. Please stay safe and centered. Take very good care.
Here to present the final Voice of the Future Award is the 2019 recipient of the Voice for Brighter Futures Award in Public Service, and also the father of this year's honoree, Dr. Dan A. Sims.
It is my honor to present this Community Activist Award to a young man I've known since before he was born. I remember vividly sitting with my wife, contemplating on what we would name our firstborn son. While I knew I did not want a junior, I did know I wanted a son who had a name closely tied to mine, but at the same time carried its own value, which is why his first name means to flow down, a name of leadership, and his middle name means worthy of high praise. I can think of all the times I've been proud of this young man, from his first steps, to his first words, to his first home run, to when he was baptized in the name of Jesus Christ, to every time that he did something that made me and my wife smile and beam with pride. But I don't think anything except for baptism eclipses the time when I saw him respond on our sofa while watching CNN to the racial injustice and unrest happening in the United States of America. So much so that it compelled him to get himself together and to become an active part of the struggle by going to one of the local rallies. And while we had a bit of hesitation, we knew that it was in his heart to become a part, and we supported it. And I remember when he attended a rally last year, he got into a bit of an issue which caused him to be pepper sprayed. And I recall when we got to him after leaving the house to join him and seeing him, and as he opened up his eyes that were burning at the time, I looked at him and I just simply said, "Welcome to the struggle." And when I said that, I said it with such pride because I was looking at a young man who now had awakened himself and joined himself to something meaningful. And then he went on to found his own organization, Teens Looking for Change. He is truly an activist. He is truly a leader whose influence is flowing down, and that will continue to flow down as he matriculates to Stillman College this fall. So it is with great honor and great pleasure that I present to you the Community Activist Award winner for this year's Bright Voices Honors, my son, my hero, the young man I love more than any other young man in the entire world, Jordan Anthony Sewell.
First off, I would like to thank God, for without him, I could have never been in this position. I would like to thank the Bright Futures Foundation and Dr. Pickett for this very prestigious honor. I would like to thank my family, my friends, my team, Teenagers Looking for Change, my co-founder, Isa Gomez, and everyone who was a part of this social justice journey. To anyone who has supported me, whether it was monetary or just a simple retweet on Twitter, I thank you. The topic of social justice has always been something that I've been very passionate about. It all started with me wanting to just join the good fight and led to me having a platform where I'm able to be the voice for my people. Again, I am thankful and grateful for this very prestigious honor, and I look forward to what God has in store for me next. Thank you.
It's time for Too Much Truth. Here to present the 2021 Timothy McDonald Voice of Freedom Award is a true freedom fighter and drum major for social justice. Please welcome talk radio host, Derek Bozeman.
Let me first of all say congratulations to Abel Mabel Thomas, my friend for more than 30 years, on her selection in this award, Voices of Freedom, named after the Reverend Timothy McDonald. Let me also congratulate Dr. DeAndre Pickett and his organization For Brighter's Future Foundation for having the foresight, the insight, and the vision to select a visionary leader to award this prestigious award to. Abel Mabel Thomas is a legendary epic leader. I call her the giant slayer. She came into politics as a young lady, beating a legend, the first Black woman ever elected to the Georgia House of Representatives. But she did it with style and grace. And as the new Turk, the new kid on the block, she did not go to the legislature to become the Honorable Abel Mabel Thomas. She went that the people in her neighborhood and the constituents in her district would be lifted up. And she's done that. I had the great privilege of serving with her After her time in the legislature, to show you how bad this sister is, she was then elected to the Atlanta City Council, where she and I served together for a number of years. Left Atlanta City Council and then went back into the legislature. Mabel Thomas' life has been about uplifting people. It has been about redeeming the least, the lost, the left out, and those who are often pushed to the margin. I'm so proud of her and so grateful to be able to acknowledge her and present this award to her virtually. She is my friend, my sister, my prayer partner, my buddy, my comrade, and most importantly, she means so much to this city and to this country. So again, on behalf of all of us who have benefited from your leadership, congratulations, dear sister. You deserve this and so much more. And so once again, all the best to you and congratulations. Job well done.
Peace and love. I'm Mabel Thomas, served as state representative and Atlanta City Council citywide. I'm so honored to get such an award because clearly the voice of freedom has to be present right now. And also for this award to be an award named after Reverend Tim McDonald, who is a fighter for our people and has courage. I always say leadership matters, but more than that, courage is required. And so thank you so much, Bright Futures, for thinking about me. And I know it was a team of people, but I gotta give a shout out to Andre because he cares and I appreciate his work as well. I believe clearly that Black lives matter, Black votes matter, and we as a people must continue to be present, woke, to make sure that we will continue the great legacy of our people. So I'm just happy that somebody understands the work that I've done over the years. Sometimes when you work the way the Lord gave me mission to work, people just assume that that's what you're supposed to do. Well, it is an honor to have done the work that I've done in Atlanta, on the ground, in the suites, in the state capitol. But more than anything, I continue to stand for my people. I continue to work for my people. Thank everybody who thought it not robbery to honor the work and honor my voice. Thank you so much, because clearly we all must be voices of freedom. Thank you, and as always, power to the people.
To present the final award of the night, we are honored to welcome the Executive Director and founder of the For Brighter Futures Foundation, Dr. DeAndre S. Pickett.
Thank you, Kelsey, for that. And again, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We do pray that you have truly enjoyed tonight's event. And thank you to all the honorees for the work that they do to make sure that our communities are thriving and are doing great. Tonight, we have seen 13 individuals who've made major contributions to their communities, and we are so excited that we were able to recognize them tonight. We especially are grateful and thankful for the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, who were our major sponsor for this year, as well as all the host committee members and all other businesses that helped sponsor tonight. And of course, for you, for giving of your time and your efforts and your money tonight. And you still have the ability to give. The QR code has now come on your screen. There's a link in the comment section as well. Please help us continue to help our communities, as well as help young people strive and become greater through educational excellence. Now, for the final award tonight. The Executive Award is an award that I give as the Executive Director of this organization to individuals that we believe that are pushing the narrative of social justice, excellence in all facets. Last year's recipient, Dr. Kevin James, the president of Morris Brown College, truly showed us what it means to be a trailblazer. He has really pushed the efforts, and we are so grateful that we were able to recognize and honor him last year. Continue to strive, Dr. James. And this year's honoree. This year's honoree continues to open up the minds of young people and entrepreneurs, letting them know that it's attainable to expand your horizons and to become the best you through innovation. This year's honoree has been a beacon of hope and inspiration to so many individuals, and we are so excited that we have the opportunity to recognize him. To receive the 2021 For Brighter Futures Foundation Executive Award is none other than James J. Bailey.
Hey, good evening, family. I am Jay Bailey, President and CEO of the H.J. Russell Innovation Center for Entrepreneurs. So sorry I couldn't be with you guys tonight on Sweet Auburn Avenue, but I'm hoping that you'll give me a pass. My wife and I just welcomed our baby girl into the world a couple of weeks ago, and so she is taking over. And while she's napping, I wanted to take this opportunity to shoot a quick video to say thank you. I am so deeply honored to be recognized as a 2021 Bright Voice, and to congratulations to all the other recipients. Thank you, Brother Pickett, and the For Brighter Futures Foundation for this honor. Atlanta is a special place, and it's made up of a lot of special people. And I think collectively we can do the type of things that other cities could only dream of. And I'm honored to be a part of that fabric. So enjoy tonight. To the honorees, you deserve the recognition. You make Atlanta a special place. I'm honored to be among each of you. Congratulations to all of the scholarship recipients. Very proud of your accomplishments. Thank you, Brother Pickett, for sharing a bit of the information about our winners. But together, you know, the African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I think collectively as a community, we should all strive to go farther together. And again, I am deeply honored by this. Hate that I can't be there with you, but the work continues. God bless you all. Take care.
The night has come to an end, but the work has not. This evening of celebrating remarkable individuals should encourage us to never have the goal to win an award, but to always strive to be the pillars within our families and our communities. I'm Kelsey Maynor, and I truly enjoyed being here tonight. So on behalf of everyone here at the For Brighter Futures Foundation, God bless you, good night, and I'll see you next week.